Hello, in this video I want to show you how to make a super easy Arch Linux installation using the KDE Plasma. This is going to be based on one VirtualBox system, 3 shell scripts, and about 10 to 15 minutes of installation. KDE is presenting Plasma as the newer version of the graphical interface. It's pretty modern and actually want to be using in our installation. So let's get started. My previous installation, this was the command line. I'll go ahead and create a new virtual machine. It's going to be called Plasma. I'm going to give it 2 gigs of RAM, and I want to create a hard drive. 8 gig is fine. Arch Plasma is okay, and I can just go ahead and create it. In this case, I want to go ahead and assign an ISO image, which is the previous downloaded Arch Linux installation, and actually I can check the network settings to make sure I can SSH back into from the internal box. Let's see, this is one. Okay, that should be able to do it. Go ahead and get started. Start a virtual machine, and it's going to be just basically the ISO image. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Change my view to scale on 50% to make it easy to see right here. It's going to start. And I wish that the HTTP and this one actually is a little faster. That's the only caveat that I see here, but other than that, it's pretty good. So anyway, go ahead and do user add. Create a user. Change the root password. Okay. So let's go ahead and do the Pagwan utility install SSH. And yes, when install is when I check for the repositories, and I can check the system. Controller status HD. There's nothing. Start HD. Let's check the status again, and there's running. So should be able to go ahead and SSH into this box, assuming that was the right IP. I think it is 422 to localhost. So to get the user from there. Okay, so that being said, what I'd like to do now is some permissions as the suitors that you create a user. Got that part, and I need to create a partition primary. And I need to mount device 81. There is. So I got mounted a partition. I have access to that. Let's go ahead and get the installation files from the original project that we have. I have for the minimal Debian Bootstrap. This is using something similar, the Arch Packstrap. And there's of course in the same token something to get started. If I see the raw file, it's actually looks something like this. Basically, just wget or whatever the files it needs. Um, I changed some of the extensions because GitHub does some oddities with Control M. I didn't like it, but let's create a partition. Just to keep things clean. Let's get the file. What's this is the file. Pull all the files. I just need three really, but version file here. And then also it's where you can actually put a name on your distribution and you can put some other files. The one I want to run is the one for Plasma. Actually, this is the one. So the only thing that it does right here is install the Plasma and SDDM at this manager. So what I want to do is do that file in Plasma, and it's when I start Backstrap, start doing the magic on Arch Linux, getting from all the repositories. It's going to be a large file. You can see 3.3 gigs of downloads installed, but it's once installed X, it's going to be a lot more than that. This is going to take some time. This is 1 and 6 minutes on the video already, and this is actually where the real work starts. This is the file that actually has the most of the work right here. If you ever install Linux from scratch, you will recognize on the left side the files that are passing their part of the base and the base development, Linux installation. This script and the dependencies from the Packstrap are doing all the magic to get everything together and download, install, verified as a package manager, um, similar to Debian the Bootstrap. Um, there was a project on that with Fedora for Bootstrap, but that actually got deprecated. I don't know what happened with the development, but this is actually the beef of the installation, just getting the packages and doing the virtual mounting and installing the files, getting the files from the internet. If you happen to have a local repository or have a need to install something locally, you can create an ARC repository locally, and the installation will be much faster instead of pulling all the files from the internet if you use your local network. Um, that will be a case in Git for those folks who need to install more than one machine. But if it's only one, this will this will do it. This will do enough. So it was just easy enough to get an installation file, to get started, and then start executing three scripts. The first one is this one is going to be the most complex one. The second one is going to be running as root, and the third one is going to be under the root environment to actually perform the last polishing. Note in this case, don't forget that we have to enable from the system controller SDDM so we can actually start it once we have something ready. It's recommended to have create another user to log in because unless you explicitly set up root to be able to log in as the graphical interface, you're not going to be able to get too far. So as you can see, it's installing already Plasma, some of the Plasma packages and SDDM. This is really good. So I start going to X, start doing some things, and now that it downloaded everything, start verifying the integrity of the packages that have been downloaded. We're 9 minutes and 14 seconds on install, and it's going really good so far. Um, I wanted to say 10 minutes, but actually X takes a lot longer. What is the real bottleneck? The bottleneck is going to be your internet speed, the speed of your hard drive. I have a solid state drive in a, I don't want to make any advertisements, they're not paying for me, but it's a HP gaming machine. It's a HP Omen with solid state drive. I wish it had a bigger drive. It's only 250 gigs, but and it has an Intel Core i7 with a NVIDIA GeForce GTX. A lot of StarCraft going on, and again, the gaming company is not paying me nothing for that either. But a lot of Blizzard entertainment and a lot of StarCraft wars going on. But for this kind of development and virtualization, this is awesome. It's a shame that Fedora 23 could not run in a VirtualBox environment. I'm typically a Red Hat junkie, but now with those facts, I guess they're pushing us to some other distribution, more lightweight, more efficient, like Debian, like Arch. Realistically, which is the best Linux distribution? The best one is the one that works for you. Make it yours, customize it, do what you make it do whatever you want to do, and enjoy the ride. So far, we're 10:45, and it's getting on the last part of the installation, doing the last checks. So this is looking really, really good. As you can see, we're just downloading one script, the preparations on the drive, and everything else is just falling in place. It's getting the compressed image for our boot, and the last part of the fun config, in case the X. Um, so I think it's gonna be good. It's time to do it as root. So as I'm root now. I'm gonna execute the file gen fstaff, and I'm going to root environment now, and I want to execute the script 03 on the root, generate locales, generation complete. It asks me for my root password, and yes, I want to install everything that else is needed. Go to OS Prover and make an installation. Remember, we have SDDM, so I want to do system controller. Good. And the other thing I need to do, I do user add. I want to create a generate user. Let's call it user this one test. Test password. Let's create a password for root. We just did, so we should be good. So we got a test user. We have this one. I think we're done. 12:35. I'm gonna do exit. Now, to stay in this virtual environment anymore. Go back to VirtualBox, which actually can totally shut it off. And I can go ahead and now remove on Plasma the ISO for the disk. We should be able to put from our drive. We'll start. I'm going to change the view from the 150% to 100%. And let's see what happens here. It should start the Linux distribution. It should start booting. It should start X. And it should give you Plasma login with SDDM. And look at the test user. I want to do test. I enter my password. This is the first time it started, so it might be a little slow once it gets there. Look at that. Plasma made by KDE. It was not a whole lot of work. It turned out really good. I can actually go ahead and start getting the terminal. I don't think I install any other terminal, that's fine, but this will work. So you can do I have HTOP, I don't install it, but I don't have a Spring Fetch, so I can do pacman Spring Fetch. We're almost right at the 50 minutes. Yes, I will install. And there you go, guys. 4.6 gigs. This fits into a DVD drive. You run Arch Linux installation in about 15 minutes, right on time. Hopefully you enjoyed. It's fully installable, and you can customize all the packages you want. This is pretty vanilla, just a proof of concept. Um, Hopefully, you have a great time enjoying the video, and send your comments. Stay safe with this COVID-19. This is nasty, and see you guys in